I had to call a priest to cleanse my TV after watching Ironheart. He sprinkled holy water, chanted in Latin, then suddenly screamed, "The demons are too strong!" As a last resort, he grabbed his crozier like a baseball bat and yelled, "I call upon the power of the Lord, and I command you to get the fuck out of this TV." The screen just displayed, "Woke content cannot be exercised." Ladies and gentlemen, once the undisputed heavyweight champion of pop culture, the MCU now stumbles around the ring like a concussed boxer. Deadpool and Wolverine was its last desperate haymaker, but Ironheart, that's the moment it tripped over the ropes and accidentally punched the referee. Now let's not kid ourselves. Marvel's Ironheart isn't just a bad show, it's a flaming blueprint of how to botch character, plot, tone, budget, and audience trust in one glorious, steaming pile of shit. What we have here is a $150 million ego trip written by a writer's room that clearly had at least 2 buzzword jars and 0 functioning storyboards. Now this is a breakdown, nope, a collapse of what happens when a studio thinks pandering is the substitute for plot and representation can replace personality. Riri Williams should have stayed on paper, not in the what a powerful character kind of way, I mean literally. She shouldn't have left the comic book pages. Twice cancelled, first introduced in 2016, and before she could legally vote, Marvel was already pulling her title off shelves. Not because she was too edgy or too deep for her time, because no one bought it. She was a checklist in a cape. Now, in 2020, the world was on fire and studios started panicking. Marvel Ever, the innovator, said, "Hey, remember that character nobody liked? Let's give her 150 million and build a show around her. Audiences love when we force things." And thus, Ironheart was born, or more accurately, summoned, from a black mirror reflection of Iron Man. If you removed charisma, development, and every reason we loved Tony Stark to begin with, okay, so probably you know by this now that this is not a review. This is just me blowing off steam because I wasted 2 fucking hours of my life. So here you go, episode 1. My title for the episode is How to Alienate Your Audience in 5 Minutes. So we meet Riri Williams, a self-proclaimed genius who sells homework for beer money and is somewhat smarter than MIT, NASA, and apparently common sense. She immediately monologues that the world owes her greatness, and it's definitely not entitlement. She's expelled from MIT for stealing a suit she built on MIT's dime. Then she joins a gang. That's the arc, that's the pitch, that's the character Marvel thinks little girls will dress up as for Halloween. And her AI sidekick, a gay talking pencil named Trevor. Yes, the sassy gay pencil. So then we have episode 2. And the crux of episode 2 is crime is cool when we do it. So Riri blackmails a white arms dealer, Zeke Stain, into helping her upgrade her stolen suit. Meanwhile, she and her new DEI assembled Suicide Squad rob a tunnel corporation. Not a drug cartel, not Hydra, a tunnel company. Fucking tunnel company. Because apparently building infrastructure is now villainous capitalism. Security guards making minimum wage get kicked in the ribs by hoodie-wearing vigilantes who yell about community oppression. Oh, the horror. This is the moral backbone of the show. You can't commit felonies as long as the guy you're punching voted Republican. And in episode 3, Riri plans to steal from a villain during a job she's already committing. Obviously, the heist fails miserably. Her cousin John gets knocked out by the security system. She leaves him to suffocate and flies away in her Stark knockoff suit. She's briefly sad for about 20 seconds. Then she's back to planning her next move. Apparently, her emotional range is as thin as Marvel's Phase 5 profit margins. Who the fuck wrote this character? Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat? Okay, enough with the bullshit. Tony Stark was a playboy alcoholic arms dealer who eventually sacrificed his life to save half the universe. We saw his pain, his arrogance, his transformation. Riri, she starts the show as a self-righteous narcissist and ends it as a slightly more powerful narcissist in vibranium cosplay. She mocks Tony for being rich while literally wearing technology he invented. She says that she needs a vibranium mountain to be great. No, sweetheart. What you need is character development and a legal team. Look into Rachel Zegler if you're confused. Why I'm comparing her with Rachel Zegler? Because she treats everyone like background noise. Professors, friends, villains, her own mother. Riri's world is completely Riri-centric. And the writers, they don't challenge her, they reward her. She never earns anything. She demands it. Is this a hero's journey? Fuck no. It's a short course on how to become a narcissist with occasional explosions. Now, you got some great characters in the gang there, like Cousin John. Half philosopher, half punchline, but folds like laundry in every fight scene. Then we have the blood siblings, lesbian brawlers. Lesbian brawlers. Oh, okay. Who exist solely to throw punches and check boxes. They get the most screen time yet have the emotional complexity of a Snapchat filter. Slug, the drag queen. Just gonna say this. Uh, I mean, if you're expecting acting, you can expect the kind of acting you would from a first year acting student whose dream role was a Diet Coke commercial. And finally, Eric Andre's character. Well, dies before we care. Probably requested it in his contract. This isn't a team, it's a. Oh god. I don't know what the fuck this is. You know, if you're thinking that I'm attacking diversity, no. The diversity is not a problem. The writing is. The acting is. The plot is. I mean, where should I start and where should I end? It's a complete piece of shit. Now, these aren't characters. They're talking archetypes with Tumblr bios and one-liners. I mean, recycled from early Netflix originals. Prove me if I'm wrong. Now, on a serious note, Marvel doesn't just sideline Tony Stark, it disrespects him. Riri openly says that he only made it because he was rich. This while piloting a version of his suit, built from his blueprint, designed with his AI framework. This is like Picasso's intern saying, I could do better if I had a nicer brush. Tony struggled, he sacrificed, he grew, and yes, he died. Riri builds one suit and immediately acts like Wakanda should be handing over land deeds. And where Spider-Man honored his mentor, Riri buries him under snark and eye rolls. Let's talk about production, and I'm just gonna talk about one thing. It cost somewhere between 100 to 150 mil. For reference, The Dark Knight cost $185 million and changed cinema forever. Ironheart cost nearly as much and gave us a talking gay pencil. Now, because the reviews are in, obviously, Disney's basic lines are, I mean, the first one is obviously the audience is to blame, right? And then, you go into more specifics like fans didn't understand it. Translation, they didn't clap like seals for sloppy storytelling. And then, another common one. It was review bombed. No, it was reviewed. It's just bad. Not everything is a conspiracy. And the last one, and my favorite, you're a racist if you don't like it. Ah, the classic. weaponize identity as a shield against criticism. The final move in the studio playbook of Desperation TM. It's not like they haven't done this before. She-Hulk, the Marvels, Falcon, and the Winter Soldier. Criticism is never valid. It's always the viewer's fault. Let me be clear. Representation matters, but representation without substance is just cardboard and costume. And Ironheart is soaked in it. Now, I've got nothing against the character of Riri Williams, to be honest. I think this could have been something special. Maybe this show had potential if written with care, humility, and growth. But the writers didn't give her a journey. They gave her a megaphone. So roll the credits, burn the reel, salt the earth, and maybe, just maybe next time, write a hero that people actually want to root for.